Beethoven Sonata, Opus 31, number 2, Tempest. We want to talk about some technical difficulties, and we all know the problem with the repetition at the beginning. If you see it from the technical point, you have just the adagio chord to warm up, and these are only 2 bars, so it's not enough to really be warmed up, and you have to do these repetitions. And very important, I think, is always have in mind it's allegro, it's not a presto. You don't have to rush, you have to play it really in an allegro tempo and not molto allegro and not allegro con brio, allegro. Just show the beginning. Thank you. Thank you. You do the repetition with 4/3.
Yeah.
And, well, I think in this special case, we can be happy if it works. And so we don't have to care about the fingering. We have to find a solution that it works.
Yeah.
And with your interpretation, it works very well. Mare Peraya wrote 3/2 for the repetition, and we just tried it out. Can you just show how it looks and how it works with 3/2?
Slowly. Okay.
Yes, if you can play it in tempo.
Okay.
Yeah, this even works very well. If I am very, very critical, I would think this was even better.
Oh, okay.
But, well, it's up to you. I think there is a moment where a fingering, it's just a proposal, and we are free to find a way to do it. If you play one note with your nose, it's possible. And but please show the audience how you practice it.
Okay. I practice this passage very slowly at first, and then I made some like rhythmical, very end
Variations?
variation. Yeah, like. And also like something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very good for concentration because we have the jumps from here. It's the 1 octave jumps. And then if we like just practice so fast, we will not have time to concentrate on the jumps here.
Yeah. And but what I like very much, you play slowly, but you play with emotion.
Yeah.
And I think this is also very important. If you practice a technical moment, you should always have the music in mind and try to include crescendi and preparation for a fermata or whatever. And this comes out very, very good. Okay, then this one. What is your approach technically to this? How do you do it?
Yeah. First, I had the problem in this passage so many times because when I play it in the forte, I would make some mistakes like.
Yes.
Oh yeah. But I just asked Mr. Tansky, and then he just said to me like I can solve this problem by not connect D and F together.
Mm-hmm.
Just and then put my hand out and then pop in another direction. Like like this.
Yes, and it works.
And this works
Yeah,
much
yeah.
better than just
Yes,
yeah.
And what is also important, I think, you play the right hand really wonderful. It's a kind of tremolo, and it should not be not sound like a that you hear this so much and you can't follow the melody, especially when the piano comes with the overtaking hands. Can you show it again? And also here we should have in mind at the beginning it is forte, not fortissimo. And well, later in the development we have the fortissimo. And well, I think there it is important to shape the different chords. It's like in a choral where some chords are more important than the others, and you have a solution and you have a tension. And so in the development it should not be always the same loudness, and it would be just see this passage when you start with the fortissimo, but then here is forte in brackets, and then it could be more and more and more, but not always the same. Can you show it?
For me, I think like here in the first F sharp minor is the Grundstellung is the Grundstellung, the root position of the chord.
Normal position. Yes.
And the second we have like is the second inversion.
Yes.
And then we have again F sharp minor, but it's in the first inversion. And then we have B minor. It's in the root position,
even
so it
more,
can be much more stronger.
Yes. Yeah. I think it comes out wonderful, and so always, and this is also my proposal for a lot of pianists: don't play too loud. It is violent, it is strong, but it should not destroy the piano. And well, I once had a student in a master class, and he really destroyed the F sharp, and at least he had the key in his hand. This should not happen. Well, could you show the largo, this con espressione again, how you touch this pianissimo with the pedal? Yes. You change the pedal very slightly. What are you doing that it is going through?
I think for the pedal, I hear the sound. I have to hear the sound very carefully. I don't have to make the sound like I don't want the sound to be like this. So I need to rechange, but just very little, not the whole change, but just very little.
And the left hand.
And then I put my left hand. I never like take my left hand off, so I can sustain the sound of A major chord.
It comes.
Yes. And it's. I think it's very wonderful to do it.
I would always propose to when you practice this that you just take in this case this chord and then you improvise something. Like this, and of course it depends on the piano, and maybe it's different from piano to piano, and but this is right. This is a thing of trying out and listening.
Yeah,
very good. The end.
the end.
Can you show the left hand, because this is always a big problem.
I did like, and then thumb again.
Then you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want the sound like bum, 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 bum,
So you must try to avoid an accent, but it works.
yeah.
Good. Okay, second movement. I think if you have a wonderful cantabile and you have good chords, then there is less technical problems. But this one where you go over with the left hand, it's really a problem. And can you just show some bars from the beginning? Your touch, what are you doing? You have the pedal.
I try to play like as soft as possible.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. And I try to like just concentrate on the melody on my right hand. Because if I just concentrate on my left hand, my mind gonna be like I gonna be so very busy on my mind. Yeah. So I just try to follow the melody, and then everything is gonna be fine.
The rest works by itself.
Yeah. And I think for me the most difficult passage is the tremolo in the left hand, yeah, because sometimes it works, sometimes it's not so even, and sometimes it's not so good, yeah. So I practice like, and then just once, and then.
And how about pedal in this tremolo?
I don't use any pedal. Yeah.
Okay, and left pedal.
Left
for
pedal.
The pianissimo.
Yeah. I use my left pedal, of course. Like,
yeah. This is really great.
Yeah.
And one can hear the timpanis doing it.
And also on the my right hand is like some woodwinds or some brass.
Yes.
And it's contrast with my left hand. It's important thing is to play the legato as possible in the right hand.
Yeah. And not to be too shy to show expression and cantabile. Yeah, you do wonderful. And so maybe it helps also to practice such things sometimes in mezzo forte, the melody.
Like,
yes.
And also without pedal when I practice and try to connect the melody.
Yes, with silent finger change if possible. Yeah. So then you have done an important step to be a good organist too.
Yeah.
Okay, and a third movement?
Third movement.
What would you think? What would be
the most hardest thing is the jumps. There are so many jumps.
Yeah. Can you show this?
Yeah. Like also on the left hand in this passage. It's very hard.
What do you do to practice such a jump? Do you take time, or do you speed up? What are you doing?
I just practice slowly.
Okay,
actually,
try.
And then
show us.
I play like. And also on my left hand in this passage, I practice like something like this.
Okay, so you play double chords instead of only.
And sometimes like.
Okay, good.
And also. Something like this,
Okay.
And also the most trickiest thing in this movement, I think, is the chromatic in the end. For me,
Yeah, yeah.
at the end, the chromatic is very
and
hard.
show us this.
Yeah, because sometimes when I play so many mistakes. Like
Well,
something is gonna be
in the
super
score, it's written to do it with both hands. Yeah, but I think this is a big risk.
Yeah. It's very
I would
hard.
take the first D with the left hand, and then you play an octave.
Actually, I did like
Yes.
this. Also, the left hand is, I think, it's quite so risky. So we have to practice hands separately.
Yes.
Like,
And also maybe, even if it's fortissimo, leading with the right hand, and not so much care for the left hand. It should follow. Can you show? But here, I think it should be strong at the beginning, and then. And at the end of the sonata, remaining for a moment on the keyboard without moving, or finish and get up, stand up and bowing. What would you do?
Depends on the feeling of. Yeah, it depends on the feeling. I think, we don't have to think so much because the performance will not come so very natural if we think so much.
Yes, this is right. Yeah, this is one of your really great qualities, and one can hear you have such a passion and a joy to play, and this also gives me a lot of passion and joy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.